Hello, welcome to Freedom Friday. So today, as I was coming home, well, first of all, today is Juneteenth, and we went to a celebration with my sorority sisters and just family and just people in the community, and it was really a great time. And as I was coming home today, just reflecting about what Juneteenth really is, about the celebration of freedom, and thinking about how that actually relates to my life, I came to this realization: the freedom from that they realized in Juneteenth was already theirs. It required someone to come and deliver a message to tell them you're free or to confirm that they're free. For me, I thought about, is that me? Have I been waiting on a message for someone to tell me that I'm free? And instead of waiting for that message, if I actually dig deep inside, I realize that I'm already free. So this week, I just wanted to just unpack a little bit just about just some of the things that I've been working on. So this channel I started several years ago just to be able to talk about like the things in my life that I was dealing with. And I said I wanted to release the weight of the past to allow me to free up my future. And in the process of the recordings that I've done over several years, I've allowed myself to just kind of get stuck into what I would say is like a rut. Not like a bad rut, but in a rut in terms of feeling like I had to show up like in perfect fashion. Like the lighting had to be perfect, which today, as you see, it's not. That my makeup and everything had to be perfect. And even the message that I sent had to be perfect as well. And when I felt like, for me, I wasn't doing anything meaningful, I didn't really want to share because I felt like I was just not being real and authentic. And then when I kept going back to some of the things that I've been talking about and even some of the things that I've been developing since I've even started this channel, they just came naturally for me. And because I've been waiting on these moments to be perfect, I've been hiding them. So I came up with this. One of the things that I'm working on, I started talking about like what's in your attic. And for me, it's like someone like, attic, what does that mean? And it just came from like something that I created years ago in some of my Freedom Friday videos with my daughter. And we were just talking about how can you reverse fear, because there were things that I was doing and that I felt like I was not allowing myself to do the things that I wanted because I was allowing myself to be held back by like a fear. And then this thing that I talked about fear being false evidence about reality. And so as a result of that, just to be clear, there are things that I've been doing on my own that's just allowed me just to be able to live my life. And as I look back and reflect on it, I felt like it's a really good idea just to share, because in the process of my channel when I started, I really was sharing like it seemed like I was talking just about weight. And to be honest, whenever we're going on any journey, whatever it is, um, the weight for me was just kind of like a byproduct of some of the things that I was dealing with, or the results of some of the things that I was dealing with. And it allowed me to hide myself behind the weight. There are things that I've heard people say, like people won't take you seriously if you are heavy set because they don't think you're serious about yourself. And I think somewhere along the lines, those were some of the things that I was believing about myself, because I was thinking, well, how can they take me seriously, right? And so for me, I think it felt more important to like, hey, you do this first, and once you do this, then you can do that. And because that's what I chose to believe, I feel like I put myself in what I would consider like a prison. Like I made myself a slave to the results instead of being a slave to the process. So back to when I talk about like Juneteenth and people needing someone else to tell you you're free. I want to say for you and for myself, you don't need anybody to tell you something that you already know. You just need to give yourself the permission just to move forward. And some of the things that I learn and am learning is I've had like this recurring dream years ago about like an attic, and I was afraid to walk in the attic. And as I've been talking about the attic, and I was like trying to see what's in the attic and not really wanting to face it. And then some years later, I came back and I decided, well, hey, I'm going to face the attic. And instead of being afraid, I actually went in the attic and the attic was empty. So I look at it multiple ways. But today, what I really want to focus on is when we allow ourselves to really go in like our attic. And for me, like the attic represents like putting away so many things to come back later to do it, waiting on the right and waiting on the perfect moments. And then sometimes we tend to avoid coming back to those things, and we have a lot of unfinished products, a lot of unfinished projects, and just unfinished ideas, and just unfinished so many things that's going on. And what I would say is let's focus on like really just going in, and instead of storing up everything, start looking at what you actually have and knowing that the things that you have, they're usable. For me, I think I've been like afraid to kind of really take inventory of the things that I've worked on and the things that I've been doing for me because of the vision that I have for myself. And in that vision, I envisioned that everything was supposed to come together perfectly. So it was like, hey, once you do this, then you can do that. Instead of giving myself permission to say like, hey, you don't have to wait on anything else. If you're here and you can take care of this, why not do it now? And so, like I said, just for the journey and just to show you, for me, just breaking back that thought of, hey, in order for people to trust you or believe you, you got to do this. Why do I need to do that if the things that I'm already talking about or doing, I'm successful at? The weight stuff is also something that I'm working towards, and I'm imperfect. And the thing about it is, I don't strive to be a perfect person. I just strive to be a person that's working towards the life that I want for myself and enjoying it. Life is meant to be lived and it's meant to be enjoyed. Why put ourselves in a prison that's other people's expectations, other people's thoughts, and other people's beliefs about you? Why don't you really just start looking at yourself and thinking about who you want to be? And are you showing up as the person that you want to be every day? And sometimes we have a tendency to be harsher to ourselves than we are to people that we love. And the thing that I will say is we should be loving ourselves too. So the same treatment that we give others, we should be giving it to ourselves. That same grace that we give others, we should be giving ourselves. And so when I think about the freedoms that we have and the things that we're allowing ourselves to be slaves to, let's start freeing up ourselves from being a slave to other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, other people's expectations of you, because other people can tell you what they want for you, but just because they want it for you, ask yourself, do you really want it for yourself? And so for me, what I am going to start doing is start unpacking the things that's been in my attic for so long, because I have so many things that I've been working on, and I really just wanted to share and just get out. And just because I was waiting for perfect moments to happen just to be able to show some of those things, they never happened because I put myself in an unnecessary prison. And instead of allowing myself to hear the words that I'm free from someone else, I can look in the mirror and say, Nakiba, you're free. You do not have to wait for these perfect moments to happen. The perfect moment is this time that you actually decide to move forward, take that step and do what you want to do. Because on the other side of just thinking about it is just doing it. And once you do it, that's when you can see what your level of success looks like or not. And then Success is not something that just automatically happens. All of us have to work towards what we want and the things that we desire to get. It doesn't require just, sometimes we might look at someone else and say, oh, they did it and they didn't have to do anything. What does that matter to you? If you have a desire to do something, why not just try to do it? Like, think about it, envision what it looks like for you, think about how you're going to feel about it, and just think about why you should do it, why you should work towards it, and let that be the thing that guides you every day instead of hearing the negative talk, hearing the negative speak, waiting for someone to come and save you and give you permission to move forward. I think one of the things that we really get to do is really start giving ourselves the permission that we're waiting on for other people, because we don't want to let history continuously repeat itself by sitting in a prison that we have already been released from. And so for this Freedom Friday, which is Juneteenth, I just want to share with you, what are you actually waiting on for yourself? What are some of the things that you think you have to wait for someone else to tell you to do? And why? And instead of waiting for someone else to do it, to tell you to do it, why not just do it yourself? And that will help you build your confidence. That will help you just be able to understand yourself better. And that will help you be able to get some things up out of your attic, like me, and be able to just share it and to be able to enjoy it instead of waiting for the perfect moments. So with that said, that's all I wanted to share today. Today I've been very tired because it was long, but I did want to come in and share this video just because I want to stay and remain consistent. And it just resonates with me. So hopefully this resonated with you. And if so, I would like for you to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and just look out for the new things that I will have upcoming. If you don't know, I do have like a Linktree link possibly in the description, but it's in my channel. And I also have like just different things that I'm working on just for myself. So that's all I have for you today. And you enjoy, you continue to celebrate yourself, continue to just allow yourself to enjoy all the freedoms that you have, because we're as free as we tell ourselves that we are. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.